Hi, my name is Rose, and before I begin, I just want to take a moment. How awesome is my shirt? Huh? Huh? Any Marvel fans out there? Any Avenger fans out there? Oh, this is backwards. Okay, you've got Thor, you've got the Black Widow, you got Hulk, Captain America, Iron Man. Wait, right there, Iron Man, and Hawkeye. Right? It's pretty cool. I like it myself. Okay. Uh, so, the actual point of this video is I went to Germany. Ooh, and I just got a message. Shh. I'm trying to film. Shh. Okay, so, shh. Hush. Well, kawinky dink, that was my husband. And I went to Germany with my husband last year, back in late September, early October, so the fall of 2015. And yes, I realize it's much, much later, but better late than never to talk about it? We're gonna go with that. I got a ton of footage from there, which I filmed on a GoPro, in case you want to know. But because there is just so much, I'm going to split up all of that footage into individual pieces based on location. We stayed predominantly in southern Germany, and let's see. Oh, if I keep looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. Forewarning, I am not a native speaker in German or English. That's my native language, so I apologize if I mess up any of these pronunciations. Cool. We went to Garmisch, Stuttgart, Bietigheim, München, Heidelberg, Edelwald, Austria, Strasbourg, France, and Salzburg, Austria. With those places in mind, I will split up all of my footage with those particular locations. I'm going to insert a few clips right now as a little sneak piece. So, insert. Pretty cool, huh? This video is more of an overview of our trip to Germany. As I mentioned, I went with my husband and we stayed with his family over there in Germany. He has family in Germany and Thailand. Fun fact, he is from Thailand. Let's start with food. Man, Germany loves their carbs and heavy foods. I definitely had some hankerings for fruit and vegetables. Going out for food, I feel like to be expected, is a little bit expensive. Something I learned is that food delivery or takeout, it's not as common in Germany. And also when you order takeout, you generally have to go to the restaurant to pick it up yourself. And somebody does not deliver it for you. Keep that in mind if that ends up being an option for you. Anytime that we stayed with his family, we had coffee and some sort of snack in the afternoon. Oh, that was kind of one of my favorite times of the day, because especially we tended to have something sweet to eat, and I have a sweet tooth, so that was great for me. Yo, there are bakeries everywhere. It was like the equivalent of how there are Starbucks in every single corner in the US. Well, it's like there's a bakery on every single corner in Germany. But the bakeries are better than Starbucks. What? You did not hear that. Shh. I know I've heard people say that German breads and baked goods are not superb. Lies and slander. Give it a shot. Okay, it is legal to drink alcohol, beer, out in public, unlike here in the US where it is illegal. So that was definitely a plus side for my husband. He took advantage of that. Pro tip, anytime you go out to eat, just know that it's like an automatic thing for you to receive carbonated or sparkling water, and if you're like me and you're not the biggest fan of it, make sure you specify still Wasser. Okay, any of my pronunciations in this video, check, I'm sure, on the YouTube where somebody that is a native speaker so you can get these pronunciations correct, but you at least have a starting basis. transportation and vehicles. So since we were there for such a long period of time, we had decided early on to rent a vehicle. We rented a manual vehicle, and just so you know that when you rent, it's more expensive to rent an automatic rather than a manual, since manuals are what is most common in Europe. I would say by a few €100. We went with a manual, one, because they are cheaper, and two, my husband already knows how to drive a stick shift. And I can just hear him in my mind cackling about that because he is so mature, but I have the same maturity. Moving right along. Even though we had a vehicle the entire time, we were able to ride on the subway or the tube. I know in England it's referred to as the tube. I assume it's just subway in Germany. Either way, we got to ride that once when we were in München. It was a little bit confusing. Trying to obtain the tickets. There were like different zones that we had to keep in mind. Like if you wanted to go to another zone, you would have to get another ticket. I don't even know. Point is, we made it to our destination and it was actually quite nice. The ride was nice. It was smooth, pretty quiet, at least compared to what I've experienced in the US. And there was underground shopping. That was a thing. Not that we did any shopping, but hey, if you want to, you can, at least in München. I don't know about any other subway tube stops in Germany. Oh gosh. Oh, you guys. Oh, hold on. I gotta get it. Hold on. Gotta get situated. Okay, I'm prepared. All right, I got to ride on a train for the first time. You guys. I felt like I was in Harry Potter, and yes, this resting on my face is a Hermione wand, which I've had since I was a wee child. Look at the glory. Look at the glory. No, I did not have this with me when I went there because it's precious. So I'm not going to take this on a long journey. This stayed at home. Nevertheless, the train ride, it was magical. We were traveling from Stuttgart to München. I think it was like a 3-hour trip. I don't really remember. Details are a little bit fuzzy since it was during the day, so we got to see the entire scenery. Oh, it was gorgeous. Hi, it was during autumn, so all the trees were like yellows and golds and reds, just beautiful, rich colors. Magical. It was magical. And in case you are wondering, yes, they do provide food on the train. It wasn't the greatest food selection. We ate it anyway because we were hungry and we didn't have any other options. So if you do have other options, like me telling you to plan ahead, and if you want to bring your own snack, I'm just saying, that's something that you should probably do. The weather the entire time that we were there, overall, I would say it was really nice. Depending on where we were, there were a few times that we were able to just walk around in pants and short sleeve shirts, and there were multiple occasions where we needed to definitely layer up, especially when we went to Heidelberg. Is it Heidelberg? It's gonna trip me up every single time. The first day that we traveled there, we were not prepared. We didn't layer up properly, so we were pretty much frozen. So the next day when we walked around, we layered up properly. We learned, you live, you learn. Packing clothing. I feel like this is stuff that people already know, but just in case you don't, yes, bring walking shoes. You're gonna do a lot of walking. I'm sure if you want to bring like some nice flats or high heels, or if you have a destination where you need that, go ahead. But for the most part, bring your walking shoes. Also, I think no matter how long your visit in Germany or anywhere else in Europe is, if you have clothes that don't wrinkle easily, pack those if you can, because if you have no idea that you'll have access to an iron or a steamer, and if you don't have access to an iron, I'm not sure the odds of having access to a steamer. So pack clothes that don't wrinkle too easily. Hopefully. Some miscellaneous things. Passports. Because I am a US citizen, I did not need to get a visa to go to Germany. If I were there for 30 days or longer, yes, I would. I was only there for about 28 days. Now, my husband, because he is from Thailand, he did need to get a visa. I'm sure you can look up online to see if your country requires you to have a visa or not. If you do, just plan accordingly and know that you will need over a month to get the visa. Tying back into the vehicles, my husband, he had to get an international driver's license. He just went to a local AT&T to get that, and also know that he did have to get passport pictures to be used for the driver's license. Keep that in mind. Most places on Sundays are closed. There will be some restaurants and gas stations that are open, but for the most part, a lot of businesses are closed on Sundays, so plan accordingly. Anywhere that you travel to, if you can learn a few words and phrases of that particular country, it will help. It's nice, not just for you, but for the people experiencing you. Anyways, a few words and phrases that I would recommend to learn, and I think they might be obvious, but thank you is Dankeschön. You're welcome. Ooh, that's another one. You're welcome. Bitte and or bitteschön. Yes. Ja. No. Nein. Excuse me. I did need to use that a few times, which is Entschuldigung, if I remember correctly. Do you speak, insert your native language? For me, it's English. So do you speak English? I think it was just Sprechen Sie Englisch? No, I do not speak German. Ich kann sprechen Sie Deutsch. Don't take my word for it. Again, I am not a native speaker, so make sure you check on the YouTube for a native speaker to get these words and phrases correct, because I don't want to mislead you. And most likely you'll want to know some numbers, and I know I just said that you probably want to know some of the numbers, but I did not learn them. But that's because my husband knows more German than I do. Anytime we were out and about, I would just not so subtly nudge him to take care of the transaction. Ching! Hi! If you have someone that can speak German for you, yay! That was me. That's what I did. I think that might be it. Again, this was just an overview of our trip there. I will have individual videos on the locations that I mentioned earlier on in the video. I look forward to that, and I'll probably pop into each video to say some specific little adventures and what have you that we went on and at those particular locations. Is that it? I think that's it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!